The Royal Air Force Club in London hosted this year's annual lunch of the Anglo Omani Society. The society works to further the friendship between Britain and Oman. Its president is the Omani ambassador in London, while its patron is His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Sayyid Al Sayyid. Speakers at the lunch were His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad Albusaidi, General Secretary of Oman's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and Lord Astor of Hever.
May I first thank our good friend Robert Alston for his kind invitation. And it is really a genuine pleasure to join you today here at this lunch. This enduring friendship between the Sultanate of Oman and the United Kingdom is an ongoing source of pleasure and happiness for many people in Oman and in this country. And it's always a real delight to renew such friendship in person and in this kind of gathering. Mind you, I almost didn't make it. As I'm sure you know, in my sort of job, all too often I find myself bouncing like a ping pong between a stormy ocean of events, here, there, and everywhere. But it worked just fine this time. And it is singularly apt that it should do so. For it is 40 years ago, this autumn, that I began my studies in the UK and began my own connection with this great country. In all the years since then, a lot of good things have happened. Much water has passed under the bridge. And I've had the privilege of making many British friends. I'm glad to see a good number of them present here today. During this visit to the UK, I will be spending some time in Oxford, where I was a student in the 1980s. And I'm happy to say that I'll be returning to St. Catherine's College to meet first-year graduate students there. It is actually quite a challenge to speak to such an audience, but it's also a great privilege. British universities are one of your greatest assets, and the young people I'm going to meet in Oxford are extremely fortunate to have the chance to benefit from a higher education system that has evolved over many centuries, developing with the times, yet retaining its core values, so that it gives their students something rich and challenging and rewarding, something that in many cases will equip them to make a valuable, distinctive contribution to their society and to their national life. This is something we sincerely aspire to in Oman. It's a key area in which cooperation between Oman and the United Kingdom is enormously precious to us. And I'm very keen to encourage still more initiatives that might enable young Omanis to benefit from this incalculable human and cultural resource. It's a topic that is very much close to my heart and which I am happy to talk about at great length, given the opportunity. Oman, as I hope we all appreciate, and like many other countries, faces huge challenges ahead. In the years to come, we are going to rely a great deal on the next generation to find a way forward to continued prosperity and stability. That next generation needs to be, no doubt, well educated, cosmopolitan, innovative, and open to new ideas. I believe that there is nothing quite like first-class education and training to make that possible. And it is possible, given the positive spirit and dedication I am proud to see in the youth of my country today. But let me, before I finish, let me really pay a special tribute to the work of the Anglo Omani Society. The relations between our two countries are truly special. First, it was the story of the military and the early days of oil. Nowadays, it's more often commerce and the civilian professions. And as I've already mentioned, education. Alongside all this activity, your society works at many levels, bringing together the universities and the world of work for the benefit of the young, providing a forum for shared memories and shared values for those who are older. Long ago, while still a very young man, I have a vague recollection of attending one of these lunches. I remember thinking my fellow guests were so distinguished, and dare I say, is so old. I kind of felt for a moment I was part of the canvas of history. Perhaps some of the younger members have the feeling now that are among us here today. I'm delighted to be here once again, to be honored by your kind attention, and to share with you some really good food and your good company. And for that, I am most grateful. Thank you very much.
Lord Astor, Britain's trade envoy to Oman, responded on behalf of the British government.
I would also like to thank Robert and the Anglo Omani Society for hosting this wonderful lunch today. As His Excellency said, the Society is a fantastic organisation which does so much to promote and maintain the strong bond of friendship which exists between the United Kingdom and Oman. A friendship which truly matters to the United Kingdom. I would also like to warmly welcome His Excellency Sayyid Badr and thank him for his warm words. His Excellency epitomises the strength of the ties between our two countries, be it through trade, education, and working together on foreign affairs. I'm very fortunate to be the Prime Minister's trade envoy to the Sultanate, and I've just returned from Muscat. Through this role, I seek to support and grow the relationship between our two great countries. And I'm very pleased to report that the UK is the largest source of foreign direct investment in Oman, accounting for over 45% of the total FDI. And it's also fitting that this lunch should be held here in the RAF Club, since so many of the long-standing relationships are built on our close and ever-important defence and security ties. But our relationship is not merely limited to defence and security cooperation. I had the honour last week to call on His Excellency Dr. Ali Albusaidi, Minister of Commerce and Industry, and I was able to discuss with him the recent increase in the UK government's Export Credit Agency's country limit for Oman from £2 to £3 billion. This will serve to stimulate both economies, giving investors better access to long-term finance. And this is just one of the many examples where UK and Omani businesses have joined together to support enterprise and development in Oman, again underscoring the strength and importance of the economic and investment relationship between our two countries. And that relationship only comes about because of the strong personal relationships which each and every one of us is able to build with our friends in both the UK and in Oman. And I very much value the friendships that I have made over the years with my Omani counterparts. And it's through organisations such as the Anglo Omani Society and events such as this lunch today that existing friendships are strengthened and new friendships are made. So let me say thank you to everyone here, to all of you, whose presence and efforts contribute to the ongoing strength of the relationship between our two great nations. Thank you very much.